The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Just wanted to share with you one Mesirat Maisa. Melech Bidim brings down the Maisa, tremendous Maisa, which I believe makes a similar point to this. Not exactly, but a similar point. There was a fellow who wasn't Zoichet to have children for over 20 years. Wasn't Zoichet to have children. So eventually he realized, him and his wife came to the conclusion that they have to adopt. They would love to give to children, they want to have a family, they want to have something. So we're going to adopt. So they signed up papers in order to get onto the list to try and be adopting, and eventually they called them in and say, yeah, no problem, we've got a child for you, there's a need for it, we've checked out your family, we've checked out the background, great, come into the office, and we'll, sign some papers, do some formalities, and we can get moving. So he gets to the place over there, and they explain to him about the child, and the background, the parents, and the whole history. And he's happy, and his wife's happy, and everyone's great. They say, okay, fine, now you just have to sign some legal papers just to make sure that everything's, under our, jurisdiction, and make sure everything is official, all the legal papers. So they have a bunch of papers. Now, one particular paper had a bunch of questions, and there was one question that went as follows: please name 5 things that you love. So he writes down Hashem, from Yid, Hashem, and his wife, and his kids, and all a bunch of things that he felt that he loved very, very much. And after that it said, write down that you are going to love this child more than all of those 5 things. And he turned to his wife and said, I can't sign this. Of course we're going to love this child. Of course we'll give the child everything. There's no question. We're not adopting a child for any other sake of giving to the child. But I can't sign a paper that says I'm going to be doing more than that. And there were a few people with him. He came with his whole members of family, some friends, whatever, for moral support. And they were like, oh, come on, Beseda, it's only a formality, it's only for legal reason, what's the big deal? He said, no, I'm not doing it. It's not right. If I can't do it, I'm not going to write it either. And he didn't sign it. He didn't sign it, so unfortunately it didn't go through. 9 months later, Melech Bidim said he knows the person it happened to. 9 months later, he was Zoichet to a child. When you do the right thing, HaKadosh Baruch Hu rewards you. In this week's Parsha, Pinchas is teaching us, this is the lesson. Sometimes you're in a situation, you're amongst people where you know what the right thing is to do, but it's difficult. You don't want to be the one to, so to speak, spoil the party. But sometimes you have to do it. Pinchas teaches us this lesson. Pinchas teaches us the lesson that when it's a difficult situation, be the one to stand up with a spear in your hand and go marching forward. That's the lesson of this week's parsha, which I believe is a tremendous, tremendous lesson. We should all be Zoichet Be'ezah Hashem to take the lesson of Pinchas, stand up there, do what's right, and then the mitzvah Hashem HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give us a lot of siyata d'shmaya in everything that we do. Have a great and wonderful Shabbos.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org